This was a typical week in Kerala's investment scenario. Another investor crying hoarse that he was being harassed by local officials. But, like media clips suggest, is God's own country, Kerala, the devil's own backyard for business? UK-based businessman Shajimon George was protesting the delay by his panchayat in allotting a building number for his 250 million venture of a hotel, turf and clubhouse in Kottayam district. It took the local authorities, police and the involvement of 3 ministers and a road blockage to solve Shajimon's grievance of a matter as small as getting a building number allotted. And mind you, after the building is up and the project is running. On paper, Kerala is ranked 15th on the Ease of Doing Business 2022 list, which makes the state an average performer among India's 28 states. Then what are the pain points that give Kerala such a bad name for investments? 1. Delayed dampener. Bureaucracy in Kerala is like its backwaters. You don't know whether it's flowing water or still water. Projects are so delayed that a second or a third generation may get to see a project realized from the time it is proposed. To cite one example, the Sabari rail project to the Sabarimala temple was proposed in 1998. This is its silver jubilee year, without a single kilometer of rail being laid, but 25 years of protests and discussions and debates. The youth of 1998 are now nearing 50 years. I remember one of my journalism students at the turn of the century doing a dissertation on the Sabari rail project. His children may get to travel by the Sabari railway, or they may even have to pass on their dad's dissertation to their children. To quote another delay, in 1906, the Malayalam Manorama reported that the Vizhinjam project should not be delayed any further. In 2023, this year, 117 years later, the Adani Group has begun constructing the port. 2. Protest first, accept later. For any new concept or project to take root in Kerala, the state first has to protest before accepting. Therefore, Keralites protest for years against computers and then begin India's first IT park, the Techno Park at Thiruvananthapuram. Similarly, Keralites protest the arrival of tractors and now go to Israel to study the latest agri-technologies, from aquaponics to fertigation using drones. The joke is, Keralites need 25 years to protest and then another 25 years to discuss before accepting any project. 3. Global thinking, local stopping. In a green and serene place like Kerala, one can't possibly blame people for doing nothing and observing the nature view and the global view. Keralites therefore observe global happenings and stop local working. In 2006, when Saddam Hussein was hanged, Kerala observed a hartal. How dare the Americans hang our darling Saddam Hussein? Tourism is a major revenue source for Kerala, but 2 years ago on World Tourism Day, Kerala held a hartal to express solidarity with the farmers' agitation in Delhi. This week, Keralites are busy protesting and expressing solidarity with the Palestinians. Never mind the fact that thousands of Keralites are working in Israel. 4. Weapons of mass destruction. Kerala has some weapons of mass destruction to bomb businesses, like forced political donations, trade union threats, and bureaucratic red tape. But these are common to the rest of India as well. However, Kerala has a special stinger weapon, gawking fee, which is a fee to be paid to onlookers while a firm gets its work done. The ISRO may have put a rover on the moon, but here on earth in Kerala, even the ISRO is threatened with a demand for gawking fee. I can go on, but if you think Kerala is a goner in business, please stand corrected. Keralites not only run global class businesses in Kerala, in manufacturing, services and technology, they are also reputed human resource around the world. The Thiruvananthapuram-based IBS Software is an unmistakable global leader in the travel, transportation and logistics business. The world's leading airlines, airports, hotels and cruise lines are powered by its software. Kochi-based Kitex Garments is the world's second largest kidswear maker, making about 1 million pieces of kidswear every day. Harassed by government officials, Kitex decided to expand in Telangana, not Kerala. Another company, Synthite Industries, is the world's largest producer of value-added spices, has a 30% global market share, a 30 billion rupee turnover, and exports to 85 countries. Talk of human resource from Kerala, Rajesh Raj Subramaniam from Thiruvananthapuram is the CEO and president of the FedEx Corporation in the US, and nurses from Kerala have endeared themselves to the healthcare sector across the world. To add to that, my school classmate Thomas Palakil, an associate professor at the Bradley University in Illinois, US, completes 30 years at work this week, teaching English Renaissance literature and Shakespeare. Imagine a Malayali professor teaching Americans good English. To come back to Shajimon George, I met him and asked him for his take on Kerala after what he had to endure. Are you still bullish on Kerala? Are you positive on Kerala? What would you tell other investors?
I'm still positive. The system will change one day. It won't remain as it is. So the system has to change. So only thing is somebody has to take initiative. We can never expect something to change unless until we take a movement. So we have to move first towards that thing. Then it will change.
Shajimon isn't giving up on Kerala like many others who believe that change will happen. But don't ask when. Now you know the 25-year protest, 25-year debate process. To throw some light on the lesser-known aspect of some amazing employer-employee relations in Kerala, let me leave you with this incident from Kottayam district. Bus services in Kerala have been a declining sector given Kerala its fancy for private vehicles. But despite dwindling revenues, the owner of the Vijay Lakshmi bus service in Kottayam, Sunu Biju, has been protecting his staff. During the entire COVID period, when bus services were halted and there was no revenue at all, Sunu Biju continued to support the families of his staff financially. This week, his staff put up a notice at the back of the bus which reads, "Our owner, who keeps feeding us despite knowing it is of no use, is our hero." Poignant business heroism at its best.